What up? What up? What up? What's good, people? What's up? It is me, L Teddy 27, Angry Teacher Chronicles, and this is our review for I almost said Love and Hip Hop. Have the Haves and the Have-Nots, Season 7, Episode 8. Y'all almost said Love and Hip Hop. Dear God. Alright, y'all. So, we start off where we left off, which was Jeffrey and Madison doing the do. Tyler. What? You know, y'all hold on one second, because I'm going to need my glass of wine before I go in on Tyler. All right. Now that I have my glass of wine, I can appropriately go in on Tyler. Tyler. Let me help you understand something, Tyler. You had one job. One job. Your job was to give us our obligatory scene shot of a naked, sweaty, glistening, pretty chocolate brown skinned Jeffrey standing next to a wet, sweaty, glistening Madison, who I'm sure somebody likes, because somebody likes those people descended from the Caucasus Mountains, and have them in their various stages of nudity. I'm not saying we had to have full frontal nudity, but you could have given me a chest. So you gave me Madison, who I did not want to see, dear God, but you didn't give me Jeffrey. Now, from the bits and pieces that I did see of Jeffrey, Jeff to the re. What happened to that body that we saw in season, 2? Getting out of that shower with that water glistening all over your body, where you look like, something chiseled out of granite. That body that I saw in this episode did not quite look like it stood the test of time. Moving on. Anyway, and let me say this too. So everybody, all of my other fellow reviewers who I watched seemed to think that Jeffrey was getting his box beat in by Madison. They seemed to believe that Jeffrey was playing defense, Madison was playing offense. But when I examined the tape, slowed it down, examined all of the evidence, it remains inconclusive. As someone having been in that sexual position many times over, I can tell you point blank, it could have been either one of them giving it to the other one. Just because you seem to see Madison, which appeared to be stroking, he could have just been an aggressive bottom that was doing all the work while Jeffrey was laying there. Or vice versa. It could have been what you thought you were seeing. Who knows? But it is inconclusive. I'm just saying. Whatever was happening, whether Jeffrey was getting his back blown out, his box beat in, his wound plunged, or whether or not he was blowing out Madison's box. Okay? It was good enough. Either the bootay was good enough, or the dig was good enough to where Jeffrey now wants to go out on full-fledged dates with Madison. I ain't mad at you, Madison. Do what you got to do. Jeffrey done started feeling Madison in more ways than one, honey. I ain't mad at you, Madison. Baby, do what you got to do. Sometimes you have to put that thigh on them. And if you don't know what that thigh is, child, that means you ain't got none. Those of us who know what that thigh is and know how to put it on a man, child, we know how to put that thigh on him. Whew. Y'all want to know how to spell thigh? Hit me up in the comment section. I'll give you the whole etymology of the term. Anyway, Madison then gets dressed before Jeffrey and goes downstairs to leave. David is down there acting like he looking at some files or some book or something. Madison senses that David is uncomfortable and I'm so sick of you. I am so sick of you. Anyway, Madison makes David so uncomfortable because David keeps saying, all right, you leave it. And he was like, yeah. And he doesn't leave. And he's making David so uncomfortable. It's so hilarious how uncomfortable he's making David. And I loved it. That back and forth when David was like, well, why are you still standing here? Because Madison knew that David had these horrible mental pictures just going all across his brain, just wrecking shop in his brain. It was way too funny. So Madison leaves. Jeffrey then comes down the stairs, and there's more uncomfortableness. David wanted no parts of talking about what was going on. Okay, David was like, dude, not doing this. I'm going over here in the kitchen. Then he forgot he was supposed to be in the kitchen, tried to go upstairs. David didn't want no parts of it. None at all. It was a mess. Then we're at Veronica's house. Selene comes over. Listen. Veronica asked Selene if she wanted a drink. Selene said, sure, no problem. Veronica said, kind of looked at Selene. Selene said, aren't you gonna get it? And Veronica was like, that's what you're here for. Baby, I know you lying. I know you don't believe that shit. You do not believe that shit. I did not say you do not believe that shit. I said you don't believe that shit. Okay? Let me say it for you again. You don't believe that shit. Wait, I'm in your house. You offered me a drink. And then you tell me to go pour a drink for you? Child, no ma'am. No God. Selene, girl, you better than me, honey. All them people who did with Veronica and her level brand of fuckery and fucktitude, they way better than me, honey. Moving on. Veronica tells her she only helping her to get back at the cries because she can't stand the cries right now and she wants to see them go down. So that's the only reason she's helping Selene, honey. Selene says she has to think about it because she says she don't trust Veronica herself. Why would you, child? That damn Veronica. I mean, we know at this point, anything Veronica does for you comes with the price, okay? I wouldn't let Veronica do nothing for me. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Next, we see Landon and Oliver confronting each other. I'm sick of these two queens. I'm sick of these two girls. These two girls right here, I'm so sick of them. I don't even want to go on about that. Then we have the current and outgoing Attorney General comes to see Charles. Also, Charles just can tell him that he's not going to be keeping him. Now, I'm not a history buff, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, just about every president that comes into office picks their own attorney general, and the one from the previous president goes out. I don't know, you history buffs out there, y'all correct me in the comment section, because I don't know. But I don't remember nobody keeping no attorney general from the previous administration. But, child, he act like he was surprised. don't even see the point in this whole scene, because then he left, and I thought maybe Charles was gonna let him know all the stuff that he had found out. He didn't do none of that. He just smirked and looked like, it was dumb. It was stupid. It looked like something written by somebody who knows nothing about politics. Tyler. This is why you need other people writing for you, because it just was stupid. Hannah then goes to see Katherine in jail. Wyatt trying to ask Hannah to pray for him. Child, I couldn't have no parts of that. Child, because if it was me, I'd be like, okay, wait on it, honey. Child, you know Wyatt done been more than disrespectful to Hannah over the years. Katherine then tells Hannah she's putting her over all of her assets and estates and everything, just and all of her businesses and everything. And so reluctantly, Hannah agrees to, take on, be the have power of attorney over all of the assets, businesses, and everything. Katherine tells her, well, Candace does need to give Jim that money because Jim don't have no more money. But if she just don't, just know Jim gonna have to come to you to get every penny, nickel, dime, and quarter, much less dollars. He's gonna have to come to you for everything. So you might as if she just doesn't happen to give it to him, just know you're gonna be able to hold that over him. Back at the Malone bar, Benny doesn't want Candace to get the money back. Hannah calls. Hannah tells Candace, I hope you go into this bank. You need to go to the bank, get the money back. Jim, same old. Hannah then says, let me talk to Benny. Now, this is where Hannah made the pivotal mistake. She, for some reason, like a lot of, I don't want to paint all black women with a broad stroke, but I've seen this story over and over and over, where you got that single mom, she has a boy and a girl, and she believes, and she thinks the boy can do no wrong, and she thinks the girl is the demon seed. Done seen it over and over and over. And that's what we got going on with Hannah. Benny can do no wrong. Candace is a demon seed. So she tells Benny everything that Katherine is about to do. And what does Benny do? Just start running his mouth. Because he can't hold water. And because he ain't shit. Okay? And as long as you keep trying to do for Benny and not for Candace, you ain't going to be shit, Hannah. I keep trying to tell you, girl. So he then ends up telling Hannah and Mitch all about it. Then we had this whole back and forward between Landon and Oliver. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with them two. Moving on. I can't. Mitch then talks to Candace at the bar because he thinks she's plotting on taking the Cryers' money. After Benny told them what Katherine was going to do with Hannah. So Mitch tries to convince Candace not to give the money back, saying, don't worry about Benny. Me and my family can protect Benny. A mess. David goes to see Jim. They talk all about the sex between Jeffrey and Madison. Now, David, you're not going to make me believe you this squeamish. That was hours ago. Why you even felt the need to bring the child? A mess. You should have laughed it off like Jim did and kept it moving. You were not that squeamish, honey. Anyway, moving on. Child. Didn't know he did. I thought, didn't he catch him? Or maybe that was Veronica. Either him or I think it was Veronica who caught him having sex. Remember when Jeffrey had that apartment that one time? I think that was like season 2 or 3. He had that apartment, and when the first time Veronica sent the people to go beat him up, and he was having sex in there, and I think Veronica caught him. I don't know, child. It was so long ago. Anyway. But yeah, you ain't that squeamish, David. He then tells Jim all about the deal that he made with George, about trying to get immunity and trying to put this all on Veronica. And Jim was like, no, that's not gonna work. Our fingerprints are all over this. Um, immunity is a slippery slope. This is not gonna work. He says, what we need to work on is, instead of trying to work with George, the DA, we need to work on killing your ex-wife. Who pops in after that? Veronica. And that's where the shit goes downhill. So Veronica comes in and then starts alluding to her and Jim having had an affair. I don't believe that they did. I think Veronica is doing this just to make David upset and angry. It works because David believes her. Veronica serves Jim with the papers for the lawsuit that Selene has against him, and Jim says, "Why are you doing this?" Because it's you. That's what Veronica said, because she wants to get back at Jim, and Veronica and all her fuck shit. Anyway, when Veronica leaves, Jim says, "You don't believe her, do you?" He says, "I do believe her. I just don't care. Matter of fact, just so you know, I slept with Katherine on your wedding night." A mess. You care, otherwise you wouldn't have said that, and you definitely wouldn't have said it happened on his wedding night. But you see, Jim don't give a fuck, because Jim was like, well, somebody had to, and kept it moving. A mess. A mess. Then we get to the bank, the end of the episode. So we at the bank. Benny is sitting there, don't get the money back, don't get the money back. Benny at this point is getting on my nerves. I just want them to kill him off. Why couldn't they have killed him off? Because at this point, he's on my nerves. Candace, long story short, returns $8.34 to Jim, has the lady open up a new account for Benny, the one with just his name on it and not him and Hannah, and she wires Benny $1 million into that account. Keeps the rest of the money. And it goes off. Child, it's going to be fuck shit and fucktitude next week because of this. I can tell you that now. But we'll see. Until next week, that's all I got for y'all. It was a lackluster episode. But until next week, I'll be back. Same time, same place. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely.